Bullying is an epidemic and kids aren't always properly equipped to deal with the problem. Pandas Karate uses the Sticks and Stones campaign to empower kids to stand up for themselves without resorting to violence. Here to tell us more about it is the co-owner of Pandas Karate, Daniel Amaguana. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Elsa.
We had you here last year. We wanted to bring you back again because this is a problem that is ongoing. Tell us about the issue of bullying for kids right now.
Oh yeah, I mean 1 in 5 kids report being bullied in school still. And that's just what we know so far. And it's just incredible how all over the country you hear about these stories about kids taking their own lives and literally their mental health is at stake. And I think especially with May being Mental Health Awareness Month, it's important to continue that conversation about bullying and trying to see what we can do as a community to helping kids and teens.
It's really refreshing to hear this conversation being had, because I remember being a kid and it was just one of those things that you just thought you dealt with, or even if you weren't bullied or you saw someone being bullied, you may or may not intervene because you just thought it was a fact of life. And now people are standing up and saying no because of these mental health issues that are happening.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, ignoring was like the #1 solution. Like my counselors, teachers, parents told me ignore.
Just walk away.
Right, exactly. Yeah. And in 2019, you know, with the Me Too movement and everything, you just can't look the other way anymore.
Absolutely.
It's not going to work.
And so what can they do? Because there's a way that people can attack bullying without using violence. And to hear this from someone that owns a karate studio.
I know, yeah.
Tell me more about it.
Oh yeah, I get that all the time. Like, they're like, don't you promote fighting? And I'm like, well, you know, I really look at the theories of Martin Luther King, Gandhi. You know, how do you create change through through non-violence, and I think that's what we can learn from.
Diffusing a situation.
Diffusing the situation, making a friend out of an enemy. Sometimes love is just all they really need. You look at bullies and you realize that sometimes it's not really just about, you know, that they're just being mean at home. I mean, sorry, mean at school, but something's happening to them at home, which is why they're acting this way. And so I really think empathy is lacking in a lot of schools. Conflict resolution needs to be taught more at schools as well, and at home. So these strategies can really improve the situation.
Now, is this part of the Sticks and Stones program that you're talking about here?
Oh yeah, I don't use big words like that, but I keep it really simple. So like if you're a 5-year-old, you're a 10-year-old, you're a 15-year-old, you can understand these concepts. And so Sticks and Stones is our anti-bullying show that we take over all over the DMV, and it's all about empowering kids and teens on how to stand up to a bully without physical violence.
Really important information. And then what is the age range that you cater to and that you teach this to? Yeah,
so Sticks and Stones usually is recommended for ages 5, and then we go all the way up to high school. I have a high school version for it as well. And it's a really interactive show. We do role playing, I get teachers involved, I bring up personal stories that I actually dealt with, and I get people laughing, so it's always fun to make light of a really sad situation.
Right, and well, because people can relate to it and know that you've come through and you're on the other side and obviously doing well and empowering kids now.
Right.
So tell me also about how this translates into cyberbullying, because we think about physical bullying at school, but cyberbullying is huge as well.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean, literally, you get a text, you get a DM from a stranger or perhaps somebody you might know, and it becomes harassment.
Yes.
And then what do you do as a teen? I'm a 13-year-old kid. What do? Do I tell my mom and dad that I just received this? Do I tell my teacher and counselor? So we actually talk about that in the show, and we discuss what can you do as a person, as a child. What's cool about cyberbullying is that you already have tools to help you. You have blocking, flagging, reporting buttons that you can actually use, and
take that power back.
Yeah.
Well, I love your location is in Montgomery County, I know, but you also have a podcast that all of us can listen to. Thank you so much for joining us. This podcast, you can download that. It's called PK Talk. It is on iTunes and on Spotify, and you can just go right there. Also go to pandaskarate.com to empower your children. We'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.